Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, seems to be on. All right, so today, well, yesterday, we identified a spot that has been tested multiple times and has had a lot of struggle within it, which is that 19,400 level. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this down. 19,400 has been a very significant level for the markets. All right. And gold grinder. Okay. Gold grinder. So today, let's first of all look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I ended up trading a stock called QMCO. QMCO. And I had mapped this thing out pretty well, pretty nice, and had marked out the ATR highs and all that good stuff, right? And I watched it throughout the day. It came up here, tried the whole ATRs, held it, and it was on such low volume, I didn't think it could actually move like it did. And so when it came down here and pulled to the ATR, I waited and I was like, man, I don't know if this thing's gonna dump or not or whatever. Waited for this candle to go green, didn't buy. It shot up, shot up, shot up, and I was like, oh my goodness, I missed pretty much the whole trade that I was looking at. And so I ended up entering way up here, $1 above where my thesis was down here at 1374 at 1475. It jumped up. I had 85 shares. It jumped up, and I was selling towards this 15-ish level, selling on the ask. I was only using limit orders. So selling on that ask and getting that profit out of there. And the thing is, I really didn't want to hold this thing because one, I had missed my entry by $1. Okay. And after missing it by $1, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I want to play around with this. But it came up here to the 15 33s, but I was already, once I got my risk, I was only risking 25 bucks, but once I got that risk, I was trying to get out. And another thing was the spread on it. So sometimes you get filled when you throw out a limit order, sometimes you didn't. And I was just selling wherever possible at the ask. But anyway, one that Donnell had called out was HMR. This one was a little bit less of a mover. It had a top up here of 450 and ended up pulling back. It gave a little bit of a nice pullback in here too, but it had a higher float on it, and so I didn't touch it. But this morning, we have Bond, BON. So BON woke me up this morning. I was like, man, what is this moving? It was getting a good amount of volume. It has 8 million shares traded on it. And as soon as I pulled this chart up, the first thing I thought was this must be a Chinese stock. And so let's go over here to Bond. First of all, it did not have any kind of news from the company on today. Second of all, when I went over to Yahoo, guess what I saw? Born Natural Life Limited was founded in 2006 and is based in Xi'an, the People's Republic, China. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to avoid that at all cost and leave that off to the side. But those were the three that I was kind of looking back at. HMR is kind of just fading off, only up. Well, it's negative on the day. QMCO, I'm just going to keep up there just for a little bit. I want to see if it was going to get some volume, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it as well. I really want to see things that the scanners find on the day for a day trade. and bond just isn't holding up $2 after shooting all the way up here to 1105. Imagine buying somewhere in here and losing $10 per share. Even if you had 25 shares, right? You got yourself 25 shares at, let's say, $11, looking for 11 to hold. All the way back down. So that's a $10 loss. So 11, so 10 times 25. Whoops. Is 2 times 25 is 250. Imagine if someone had 200 shares, 300 shares. They got cooked starting off the morning. But anyway, we're not worried about that because it isn't going to get us on today. And I will be waiting for something else to arise. Arise. But I do think the market is becoming a little bit more bullish, returning back over these 19,400s. Now, back under the 19,400s, there may be a little bit of bearishness, but we'll see if it can continue to hold that level today for some bullishness. Because I've been wanting to get on some large caps, but since the whole market's been moving down, the large caps have been kind of dead in the water. So I haven't even been taking swings on them. Mm, haven't even been taking swings on them. But this is a game of patience, and I'm willing to wait. Yeah. Go get me some tea. I'll be back. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I had muted. I was stirring up this tea right here. I didn't want it to be dinging in y'all's ear. Good morning, Miss Laura Lee. Hopefully you've been having a great week. This morning I just saw some people get scorched on a sticker called BON. I went and checked it out. It was a Chinese stock, and I automatically threw it on the no trade list. And then I went over two previous movers that one I ended up trading QMCO yesterday, and then one that Donnell had called out, which was HMR. But yeah, I ended up getting some profit, but I really missed it yesterday. I really missed it. I mean, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. QMCO. So basically, I had did my little calculation to get the ATR without the pre-market, right? And it was 1374. The other thing is, on this day, I was kind of scared of this stock because it had such low volume. Like, it took it forever to even get to like 1 million shares traded, 2 million shares traded. It took it forever. And so I watched it throughout the day. It came up here, tested this 1374, started getting up, and I was like, I don't know. This thing is a really big range, and some of the spreads on this was 40-cent spreads. So you buy in and it'll slam down on that low volume, and it was kind of like I was like, I don't know. But it came down here to the 1374, and I was like, I do not know if I want to buy this. Came down, dipped down, and I waited. I waited on this candle right here, this green candle to close. And I said, well, if it closes, maybe I'll try it. But it was moving so slow. And then all of a sudden, on that next candle open, 414 all the way up here to 1505. Or I said 414. 1414 all the way up to 1505. Almost a dollar move and almost instant. It was just straight up. I was like, well, I missed that. So I watched it. And you can see my little red tick here. This red tick was my out as I started to enter. I entered a little bit at 1475 up here. I was looking for it to go up here and challenge this this little body block area here, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take some. It dipped down and did not take out this whole candle. So I was like, great. I got some at 440s and all of that. And then it started to pop up, pop up, pop up. And when it on this candle, when it got up to 15, I was selling at the top, pretty much at the top of this candle right here. Selling, and then I sold a little bit higher. So basically I made the risk on the day. The risk was 25 bucks, right? And it pulled down and I was selling, getting on out of there. And you can see when as I decreased my size, my risk actually went down. So if you look on this next candle, as I was selling out, the risk popped down all the way here. So it need to drop down to 12. I don't know if you can see this little red mark here, right here. Pop down all the way to 1221 for me to lose 25 bucks. I was selling out of that thing quick. But I got 85 shares from this little dip to 1450s, and then it popped up with that 85 shares. So got a quick little bit, but it was disappointing because the plan that I did not follow was to attack this level right here with 85 shares, right? 1374, that's a dollar move and then a little bit. But still, it was a green trade. So I'm not completely, just mad about it. I go over here to my trade journal. I had already pulled it up. I was looking at it. So this was the area that I actually wanted. Where is some oval? This is in the journal though. And this is where my buys and sells were. So I literally bought entry price average was 1473 by the end of it, and I was selling at 1503. So about 28 cents there. How I want to get rid of that. It used to show like the return size, maybe. Portfolio, don't really care about that. Expectancy, what is expectancy here? Expectancy, nope, don't need that. R multiple, tips, don't need that. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's see. But yeah, that entry price, I just missed my entry and I didn't have to enter late, but I knew that it was probably gonna test that top of 15. Once it made it to 475 with this volatility, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get in there, 85 shares. But let's flip over here to the here. So right now, still it improved my win rate a little bit. So 81% now. It decreased my profit loss ratio because I only got 1 times my risk. Um, my risk is usually 3 to 1, 3 point. It was like 3.7 or something before that happened, and my biggest loser is still 19 bucks, and I'm just doing the thing. Let's go over here and look at the calendar. So we got green, green, green. It's been all green this week. This was almost a complete bias trade. I almost just didn't trade it after I missed that entry, but you know I did jump in there. So this is today, sitting on the 14th, last day of this week, and we will see if we can find any opportunity. If not, you know, if I don't see anything, oh well. I'll just sit out because I'm already green on the week, green on the month, and we just chilling. Jay chilling. But yeah, very, very interesting mover. I think Donnell, actually traded HMR yesterday. This one I went and looked at. The only issue that I had with it is he said that it was like 4 million shares in the float or something like that. And I went and looked at it across FinViz and all these other ones, and none of them were reporting an actual float for it. So I was like, I think that's a higher float. Um, I think that's a higher float movement. And it kind of looks like it did do a little bit of zigzagging, but he did call out this area right here. This area, whoa, right here on it. And so this move, I don't know how choppy it was. I wasn't exactly watching this one. So it might have been from about the 4 up to the 430s. So about a 30-cent move. And you would have had to be really quick to get this one out of there. But yeah, 30-cent move. So we basically made the same thing if he traded this whole move 30 cents, because I got 28 cents out on QMCO. And the other thing that I was looking for was confirmation on the NQ yesterday on the overall market. So during that time that I was taking that trade, we had identified this level of the 19,400 as a level of interest on the overall market on the NQ. And because it had been touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and there's a 6 back there as well, but it's off this one because this is a 3-day 15-minute. But been touched many times. It got through this level and went all the way down here. Now I was expecting it to come all the way down to this bottom of the 19,130s. It stopped. And during this stop, what made me hesitate on buying QMCO, it had a high beta score, so it follows the market. But I wanted the market to support the move that I was trying to get. The problem is I waited a little bit too long. It actually started popping and left me in the dust. Why is this thing not drawing? Am I tripping? What is up with this? Okay, it's drawing now. But yeah, on this one, right in this area, I want to draw. It'll draw there. What in the world? Okay, it'll draw there. Interesting. All right. Let me go get my. I need to reset my mouse here. I don't know why it's not drawing. It's drawing everywhere else. Maybe it's not a mouse issue. But anyway, this was the area that it started taking off, and QMCO did that move right here. And that's why I was telling them in the Discord, hey, I'm looking for the market to give a nice upward motion. And that's what it did. So as it started breaking this, QMCO had already made that move from the 1414 all the way up to the 15th before this even completed. So once this went green, it was already headed up on this candle. I wanted to wait for this candle to close, but QMCO was moving. And so I went ahead and got in there looking for a test back up to this 19,400. It happened, and so I got a little squeeze off of that, but that's what I was looking for. I'm looking for the market to support the idea that I have during the time, even if the market is in a downtrend. Just give me some green, show me some green so I can take a little bit off of one of these small caps that's a market follower or a market inverse. Okay, let me reset that to the default. Okay, that should fix that. Okay, there we go. Now, so I reset that. Now we can draw. But anyway, for this morning though, we are above the ATRs. We are back above this 19,400. So these are even more touches up here on this 19,400. Just a consistently interesting level. Let me draw 19,400 touch right here. We got a hold of 19,400 right here. So even more touches at this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches. And this is almost 8 right here. Right there. Holding above this level. So I'm looking for the market to go back bullish. And when it is bullish, so I haven't been able to trade large caps because the market has been going down. Every single day, the large caps have been in the red. I'm looking to trade green stocks. And so Nvidia and all those have been red, or they've been under the ATRs. So I'm like, I'll just wait. And I've just been playing these small caps as the market has come down. But as the market goes up, I'm looking to trade Tesla, Nvidia, looking to get in on those and see where they want to go. Now, I know Tesla has made quite a bit of a move down as far as more than most. We look over here on the larger time frame. Tesla moving down from 415 all the way down here to 240. And it's actually got a gap down here that it came down and kind of filled at that 230 level. But I've just been watching Tesla. And then we got Nvidia. Nvidia has that little gap as well. Came down and it's kind of just sitting out there towards that 110. But all of them, I'm just looking to take some long trades and kind of ride them out. They are a little bit slower movers, but they have pretty good ATRs. All having above a $5 ATR, so average is about $5 a day, and if it goes in one direction, it can really push that out, especially on Catalyst. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. The last time me and Donnell looked at this, Donnell had actually got into this on might have been on this day, because we saw it in pre-market going, oh yeah, he swung it overnight. Yep. So he got in at the 234s, and these were the ATRs that we had, or I had calculated out from the dates 311 and 310. And it's kind of just was sitting in this area, came up and kind of just traded around here. And now it's recapturing this level. So my question is, can you get back over, and attack this 250 level again and go ahead and push through this 254 up here on Tesla? Right through here. Attack that level, because we've already tested down low and we've come back up into the area of the previous level. So I'm just going to be looking for that. I don't know how much Tesla is actually up right now. Let's see. Tesla, it is up 1%, so that's good. I do like to see those large caps get a little bit more volume, though. It's only got 1 million shares. Those large caps take a lot of money to move. So I really started looking at them around like 5 million and 10 million shares. With the small caps, I'm like, 1 million shares is cool because they're going to move a lot. But the large caps, I like to see a little bit more money in there. A little bit more money. Almost forgot about my tea. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Not really seeing any small caps except for bond that jumped up here for just like a split second. It actually this morning went from 70 or 55 cents during pre-market to $11.05, and then dropped from $11.05 down to $1.89. So I actually, when I got my alert, it was on, let me see, it was right at the beginning of this candle right here at 92, or yeah, 92 cents. And as I pulled up my charts and I saw it, because I looked at it on my phone first, and then I got up and I was like, okay, what's going on? Because I really didn't research it until I got to the computer. I just looked at the chart and saw the alert. So by the time I opened it up, got my computer up and everything, it was right here. I was like, man, that thing, that's cool. So I was like, let me go and look at this. Let me go and research this a little bit. And I pulled it up over here. It had no news out. And then I put it up on Yahoo, and I saw on the profile, Bond Natural Life Limited was founded in 2006 and is based in Shuang, whatever, the People's Republic of China. And of course, I've been avoiding Chinese stocks and I've been avoiding Israeli stocks. So this one was on a no fly list automatically. And then it did this huge pop and drop. So 1105 down, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, when I tell you it went up there, just held for like a split second and then plummeted. It's crazy. So I'm glad I avoid those now. I don't know. Maybe it was just digging for trades or just not having high enough standards or something like that. But man, they always end up killing people. So definitely leaving that one to its own devices. But just waiting on the SPY and the NQ. And right now, the QQQs, the SPY, and everything else is green. Or not everything else. All of the inverses are red. SOXS is red. But all of the invert or the things that follow the market are green. So I'm looking for some large cap action today. I haven't got large cap action since, let me see. Let's see. Large cap. That was a low float. Since MSTR. So MSTR was March 6th. And since then, the markets have continued to dive down. So I got burned on MSTR, not following the pattern that I'm looking for. All these other ones pretty much follow the patterns. This was just a stop out break even, but everything else pretty much followed the pattern. Let me see what this was. WHLR. Okay, so this one does not look like I was following the pattern on this one, just the way this looks and where I bought. Oh, that couldn't have been, that's not the pattern right there. That looks like I just bought high and got sold on. But at least I stopped the bleeding, right? That's what you got to do sometimes. And this is a 15 minute, so this is how it would look on that day. But yeah, that's no good right there. But I only lost 97 cents on that one, so not super mad. There's no crazy speeches today. I don't think there's gonna be any. Even for the rest of this month, actually. But today is the 14th. Commercial paper, selected interest rates, and assets and liabilities of commercial banks in the U.S., which that happens every week. I mean, it's nothing crazy there. Let's go to Yahoo Finance and see, are they still doing the tariff talks, or are they easing up on that news? All right, so Schumer retreats on Senate. Democrats shutdown threat. Trump vows to not bend in trade war as Lagarde warns of severe hit. Big bank deals stall as Trump volatility bites. I'm looking for those tariff words. I'm looking for tariff, the actual word here on a headline. Gold breaks through 3,000 as Trump turbocharges record rally. The big currency winners. Okay, so we're not seeing as much tariff because over the past couple of days and weeks, every single time we come up, oh, there it is. What in the world? I didn't even see that big one right there. Waiting for the tariffs to land, but that's a lot less than it was. There were a lot more reports with tariffs in it. So just looking over the keywords of the home page is what I'm doing. Okay, let's go. Rises, more news. Okay, so there's a little bit of easing. I like it. And with that easing, I'm going to see if I can make some money off of it. All right, as stocks stumble, investors should take a lesson from the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, let's market watch. Trump just bought a Tesla. Uh Trump bought a Tesla. That's funny. I'm surprised he didn't already have one for free. But he paid for his just like everybody else. He didn't get any handouts, you know. Oh boy. Let's see. These 20 stocks are likely to be losers no matter what the market does. Microsoft has been the worst big tech stock lately. Yeah. Does Microsoft pay a dividend? MSFT. Let's see what they got going on over here. 381. They pay is that quarterly? Yeah, that's quarterly dividend. 75 cents, but the stock is 381 shares for 75 cents. It's not a really high dividend yield. Annual dividend yield is $3, but what you're paying for, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe if it dips, maybe if it falls a little bit more, it'll be more worth it. Like falls to 200, 100. But a lot of Microsoft products are still in circulation. So it would be hard for it to fall that far and not just bounce right back up. So if it does fall, I'm gonna be ready. I got money on the sideline anyway for it. For whatever falls. And yeah, I still been using that same rule that I was using at first. Anything that I lose in day trading, I go ahead and funnel that into a savings account. So, you know, I always have a refill for whatever I do. If I lose the money, I just be like, okay, well, I got to deposit that into a savings. So the more I lose, the more I save. But so it works out, you know. This month I haven't been putting too much in there. This month I only got a $19 deposit into savings. So not not great. No, I'm kidding. It's pretty good because I'm making that money into in the trading area. Okay, Finviz. Let's see. Trump, Powell are playing from the same strategy book. There could be nearly 1 trillion sale in U.S. stocks, regardless of what Americans do. Okay, I'm okay with all of that. All right, let's look at trading view here. Bitcoin still sitting up there at that 83. Needs to pull back some. I want to add some, but I want to see a decisive move downward to add a bit to some of my positions. All right. Anyway, I really don't even use this one that much. Let me see. Do I? What information do I get from over here? Let me see. Is it any different than what I get anywhere else? Okay, I get the sectors, industry pretty quickly. So it's materials and chemicals on bond. Can I get that over here at Yahoo though? I don't like repeating. I don't like repeating data points. I want to get new data points everywhere I go. So let's see. Forward enterprise statistics. Profile. Okay, basic material. So I can't get that over here. Stocks. Let me go over here. Pull that out. Trading websites. Let's see. What's the name of this one? Stock analyst. Or no, that's what it. Chart Mill is the name of this one. So I can get this information elsewhere. It does give me the float, so it could be something that I can cross-reference with the float though. That's one thing that I like is to cross-reference the float. Maybe I won't get rid of this one yet. Let's see, what about this one? Bond. Let's find the float. Short float, then float. Okay, so this one has a float as well. Okay, I might keep them. You know, I was about to just wreck them, but it's whatever. Let's see, Federal, FinViz. To add this one to market. Interesting. MSCC, trade halts. This could come before that. The reason I'm reordering this is because if I ever want to open all of these at once, it'll open them in the order that I have them here. Okay. Let's go look at bond over here. No shelf registration, but it absolutely destroyed people without a shelf registration. But it was during pre-market, so it had no halts. Okay. Anyway, it is 15 minutes until the 7 o'clock break, and I am really intensely thinking that I'm gonna get some large cap play today to the upside. Whether it's Tesla, I just got to see who's gonna be the leader in volume between Tesla and Nvidia and some of these other ones. Let's see, Nvidia. AMD might be on there. Yeah, all of them are looking like they're going to be possible players today. So over here, let me go to here. So look at these. They're already positive on the day, which is what I like to see. And I'm looking, Nvidia right now is leading Tesla, but I like this. I like this. It may be Nvidia for today. We'll see. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. I don't start trading those until an hour after the open. I kind of like to give the open and pre-market to small caps, and then towards like once the market kind of shows us that it's making a decision, then I start trading those large mid caps that are up. But I gotta see that 19,400 hold for on the NQ, and right now it's looking real good to hold, real good. Oh, it's above the ATR high. It has clearly touched this 19,400 three times. And like I said, I don't look that far back. I only look 3 days back because I don't like to. I'm day trading. So let me look because most people, most retail are not historians. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking back 1,000 years. They're looking for the most relevant because, that's where people are looking. They're like, oh, this is a clear level here. Now, yes, there may be something that some longer term folks are looking at. But for the most part, this NQ has never been up this high. So if we go to the maximized sell on the monthly chart or the max daily chart, we can see that there's not a whole lot of history back here to be had, right? And so these were the points that I had marked out here. This was what the 20,000 that it actually broke down and could come back and test this level. And this is on the max daily chart. So I really don't know. We can come back and test this 400 and pop back and test this 20,000 real quick. I don't know. But 20,000 would be great. Jump back here. It's just looking real bullish. I like the look of the market today. And these are my 30-minute, hour, 2 hour, 4 hours. These are the charts that I always keep. I don't look at any 1 minutes, no 5 minutes, no 10 minutes. 15 and up, baby. 15 and up. That's all I need. All right, back over here. Looks so good, man. Now, even if it does pop back down here a little bit, it's still above that ATR high, and I'm thinking it's bullish. It's got plenty of room to move down if it wants to and still get caught up with buyers. But at this point, it's looking like it wants to just test highs. 19,500 coming back into play. Whew. And it's crazy, like jumping around the market like this. It's like it works though. It's like, okay, well, one, where's the volume on the day? Two, if I can't find it in small caps, it's got to be somewhere else. It's got to be in mid caps or large caps. And small caps have been hot during this fall. So is it time for mid and large caps to really start exploding back up and breaking backs? You know, is it time? Taking advantage of every opportunity. And another thing with MSTR that I have to get used to is how much money you can lose on small share size and large cap stocks. So on that MTR or that MSTR, whatever that trade was, MSTR, I only had 3 shares. 3 shares. And I lost $19. That's crazy. Like look at return per share. I lost $6 per share. And what was the hold time on this? Hold time was an hour 13 minutes. Okay, so I held it for a little bit, let it play, see if it can get going. But man, just imagine having 100 shares being down $6 per share. And if you look at the other trades that I've taken on small caps, I get about, let's see, this is 26 cents. This was AST, that was a mid cap. That was $1 something. Actually, let me add that. This was ASTS mid cap. Setup was on a mid cap. So mid cap. Okay. ASTS mid cap. That was return per share $1 per share or $1. Return per share on this one was 7 cents. That was a little bit cheaper one. But I had some bigger share size. But man, that's probably the biggest return per share loss that I've had this month. And I'm so glad I didn't do anything crazy, like take, 20 shares or something like that. That would have hurt. Um, DX or DWX, I traded that multiple days, got 24 cents, 25 cents, SNOA 16 cents, 36 cents, 30 cents, and 30 cents off of CRVO. And so basically around 30 cents is what I'm usually getting. And the more that I size up, if I know I can consistently get that 30 cents, I'm looking to be like, okay, well, let's say my um let's say my average size is, I don't know what the average size is, but somewhere between 200 or 150 to 175 to like 250 or so. And just consistently getting 30 cents is what I'm looking to do. So 250 times that 30 cents, that's 75 bucks. But then you start to look at like 500 times that 30 cents. And now you're making 150. So you're making 3x what you would normally be making. And then once you move up a little bit more, maybe 750 per trade, 750 shares times that 30 cents. And so I'm just looking to just move it up, move it up, move it up, but I'm going to keep that risk the same. So I won't. So what I'm planning on doing is getting a couple of just getting a couple of smooth months under me, and then a increase in the risk side, because the risk is super small right now. The risk is 25 bucks, and I pretty much made the risk on all of these trades except for one, two. This one I kind of made it three. So maybe three trades out of the bunch didn't make the risk, but everything else is over there. So increase the risk to maybe $50. But I don't want to increase the risk before the average daily P&L is $50. So I just look up here and be like, okay, once this is 50, then I'll go ahead and transition it to 50, because I'm making 50 consistently and just looking for more and more. But some of these, I just been, looking for that setup, looking for the shorts to think they're winning and then getting that pop up. I really don't like those explosive, like down and up. I want to see down, nice little smooth down, then up. If it's down and up, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. It may not work out for me. I like that smooth little move down with some volume. I really like more volume because yesterday I was scared out of my mind on QMCO. Not out of my mind, but I was definitely nervous about the low volume and the spreads. We looked at I think RexCon pulled up the spreads, and it was like 40 cents in the spreads at sometimes 50 cents. Where's my Discord? I didn't even open it up yet. But yeah, this is the Discord. After the streams, this is where we kind of continue conversations and things like that. You see us get active in there. Discord over here, and you'll see any of the chat. So if you want to revisit the chat and kind of ask questions or whatever, we're always in here doing things on the Discord. What day was this? This was yesterday at 9:33, where we're putting in. If I see anything, like I'm already like, let's see. So from the beginning of the day, we're talking, and I was looking at the different trends, CRVO, looking at the pre-market there, looking at what the overall market is doing. That's where it all starts. What is the overall sentiment? And then based on that, how can I play something that is a smaller component of this overall system? So, this is where we kind of get into it and talk about even my entries and all that stuff. I talk about that way before I actually take it. And so we really dive in here. So oh no, Rex Con, you're not gonna be misleading others, because the thing is, we all trade for ourselves. We take tidbits, and you're supposed to be Every trader needs to be having a journal, whether it's TraderSync or whatever journal you're using, or if you're just on pen and paper. Take your notes on what you see in the market, what is working for you or what is not working for you. You know, a lot of times we look at what's working for us, but what's not working. When I know in IT, when we're working on building firewalls or building protection systems, the first thing you do is you start with the lowest level of protection, right? You want to barely be blocking anything or not at all, right? No protection. And then you input different filters to granulate your firewall, right? So you start blocking unsecured web pages. You start blocking web traffic coming from different open ports or either just closing the ports, and you granulate it. So it's kind of like it's like a tumbling block. You know those what's those games? Those little, it's not like a pinball game. Well, I guess it's kind of like a pinball game where you pull the little ball and it shoots up and it hits every level and you get points as it goes through level and comes back down to you, right? It's kind of like that. You're putting it through a game system where each point is a value level. And so the more of those value levels that you're hitting as it's coming down, the better the outcome may be. I forgot what those games were called. It wasn't pinball, I don't think. Where you pull the little thing, it shoots the ball up there. Whatever, I forgot. But yeah, granulation is what we're going for. Granulated security is hard security to break because it's thought about on every single level. You start from the basis of nothing and you build up to your zero value or your I think your big O. I said zero. Your big O. And the big O is basically the worst possible outcome, which is what we do. We say, okay, well, what is our risk that we're going to put on a trade? If our risk is, let's say, 25 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, that's the big O. That's the worst thing that can happen. That's when we need to say, I'm out. And then above that is, okay, well, what if that big O, that worst thing doesn't happen? Best case scenario, what are some options for the best case scenario, right? But you can't build a best case scenario without a big O, without knowing how bad things can get. And some things you just can't plan for. Like bond over here, going up to $11.05 and dropping $10. You can't plan for this, but what you can do is look at the characteristics of this ticker. It's a Chinese stock. We know Chinese stocks, do this kind of movement. And so just seeing that can keep you out of, because there's no way to manage risk on that. You can't say, oh, I only want to lose $25 and you bought up here at 10, $9, right? $9, it goes up to 11, you're feeling good, and then splash right back down to $2. So just looking at those characteristics beforehand and then planning the big O. But yeah, I'm feeling good this morning. It is 7 o'clock. Not seeing any small caps that are above $2 that are getting at least 1 million shares traded, that actually have some type of catalyst, maybe from earlier this week or last week or something. Have something somewhere. But yeah, we definitely got a nice little point here at this 19,400. Nvidia with 3 million shares traded in pre-market. Beautiful. I just want to see it reach 10 million. And it's going to be ready to trade. Ready to trade after an hour, of course, after the open. Shake all the weak hands out and get that nice little climb upwards. And I do look for the Tesla and all of those to break ATR high as well. I just don't, I need them to be showing me that yes, we're in an uptrend as well. Because it works on all the caps really for the ATR. Small, large, all that. And I'm only trading above ATR high. And so what that hour gives me, once it hits 10 million, it actually pops on my scans. That hour gives me time to calculate what their ATR is. I'll just take the close and I'll cut out the whole pre-market. So cut out all of this, do the ATR without it, and then on the open, the new ATR with including the last 14 candles in the pre-market will be out here. Nvidia has an ATR of $6.98. So from the um, close of yesterday, it was 115.71. So I'll just add that to it wherever that $6 mark is and see if it can start working its way up to that level. Working its way up. You may say, man, this thing is $6. $6.98. Yeah, it can move that much. Especially if it moves in one direction. We could be from 118 and we can be sitting it up above 22, 122 in, a couple of hours with the right motion. But that's only if I don't see any. I want to see those small caps not make it. No small caps. I want to see the market supporting these bigger stocks. But if the small cap is giving more opportunity though, and it's got more volume, like, yeah, let's see what that small cap's talking about. Because all I need is 30 cents. Tesla, Nvidia. I think Nvidia is going to be the lead on the day, though. It's looking really good. And it's leading, well, right now, it looks to be leading in volume, but I'll let the scanners let me know what's actually happening. Very slow ride up on ENQ, though. But it's only the beginning of the day. All right, well, let my scans work for me. If I hear anything, somebody call me. Please open. Update. Okay. I need to update this. We'll play. Welcome to Google Play. What? Oh, that's the wrong account. Okay, that's what it is. Here we go. All right, so I need to update this. YouTube's. I'd love to see a higher low created above the 19,400s because every one of these has been touching the 19,400s. They can dip and actually hold this level though. Might be looking pretty good. The point of control right now is at 19,400, 19.28. So if it comes back and tests that level right above it, that'll be dope before moving up. But it might just wake up and choose violence and really just shoot up and go back and test that 20,000 mark. Oh, let me think. What can I be doing right now? Took care of a lot of work yesterday. Pretty sure Intel continues to just pump up every time it comes down to 19. There's buyers at that level. I was looking at it, and it kind of just makes me sick. Every time it comes down to 19-ish, breaks 19, I'm looking for it to break down, some news come out, and then it does this during the pre-markets. And now it's right back up to 24. It's been one that I've been watching for quite a while. All right. Well, at this point, it's just wait and see. Everything's looking good. The inverses are pretty negative. I'm just here to make a little bit of cash and get on down. I was thinking about the trade I took an MSTR with those 3 shares or whatever. I was wondering, like, with options, with something moving that volatile, it can move $6 in like a second. Because MSTR had an ATR of $29, right? So it's on average moves about $30 a day. I just couldn't imagine day trading options with that, unless I don't know, especially not naked options where it's just no covered. You're just like, hey, I think it's going up, jump in with a call. I think it's going down, jump in with a put. You would have to cover yourself on something like that. Volatility is insane. Mm. You guys have any questions or comments or anything that you all have been looking into? Definitely let me know. We'll look into it. Just waiting for something to pop off. Well, there's the break of 19.5. Looking real nice, real nice. Just create a higher low than 19,400 is what I'm looking for throughout the day. And when I say wait for a higher low, that could be a while. I'm not talking about a higher low on the 1 minute or whatever like that. I mean actual higher low to a previously executed level, maybe like a level down here of 457, or maybe the point of control right here. But it could take some time for it to actually make a higher low. I don't mean any higher low. I mean a confirmed higher time frame higher low, like 15 minutes, something like that. But 1 minute higher low, nah. 2 minute, no. Maybe the 15 minute, the hour, something like that. 30 minute. Then we start getting some confirmations um, of direction. Looks like we're getting a small cap out here. BAOS of 14%. Oh, there's the alert. But yeah, BAOS $2.31.33. We'll see what that's talking about. It's actually diving quite a bit. Is this another Chinese stock? BAOS. Let's see. Pull this over here so we can check out BAOS real quick. Because wow, it got off the charts so quick. Oh my gosh, it's in the negatives already. Wow, what was the news on this? Baoxing Media Holdings. Uh-oh, this may be another BAOS Chinese stock. It might be something I need to slap onto another no trade. Yep, People's Republic of China, BAOS going on to the no trade list. BAOS Chinese stock. So I'm adding it over here on my my little list here. These three I'm not too worried about right now. Okay, so Bond and BAOS, both Chinese stocks, no traders. So I'm gonna leave those right where they are. This one, yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. It was just up to 20% there. But yeah, went up there to 329 and another drop. All right. Interesting. I don't think it's gonna stay over $2. Not trading that one though. All right, let me continue what I was doing. Oh, I know what I was doing. Hmm. Interesting. All that's coming through, but then I can't get a. I don't think I'm blocking them at all. No, I'm not. Maybe I need to. Enable and enable since they want to act crazy. Are you serious? That's crazy. All right, whatever. I'll leave you alone for now. You must be doing some maintenance or something. Yeah, but as long as these Chinese stocks are seeming to lead the day in volume, I really can't do anything with the small caps, BAOS, and bond no goes. Okay. So did I already do this one? No, I did not. One of the things I always have to keep in mind is depending on what time frame I'm looking at, the ATR can be massively different. So with ATR on 15-minute over here, I'm seeing 19,342.59, right? But then I go over here to look at my larger time frames. I'm seeing different numbers. So for the 30-minute, it is 19,359. It's been past that. The 1 hour, it is 19,395, 19,442 for the 2 hour. Then for the 4 hour, it hasn't passed this ATR high yet, which is the 19,508. Well, it has passed it just a little bit, but it's not strong past it. So I'm looking at a range between 19,500 and 19,342. 19,342. Let me mark that out. Let's go to put a price level out here. And I will edit price level ATR 4 hour will be 19,508.64. It's ATR high. So this is gonna be our zone. Let's see what color I want to make this. I'll make this I'll make this uh I hate color coordination sometimes. Let's see. I'm gonna go with something purple, I guess. A little bit top side. Set that there. And then for the bottom on the 15-minute, 19,342. So there, here's our zone between the 15-minute and this is the 4 hour. So it's basically trading within this zone right now. I want to see a pullback above the 19,400s, and maybe it does break it a little bit. because it's got this whole zone that it can trade within. As long as it stays above this 15-minute ATR, though, I think it'll be pretty good. But this is what I'll be watching for it to kind of either consolidate in here and make a nice little pattern before going up. But I do think it's still bullish. Previously tested level. Let's color this some color. No, I can barely see that. Orange. No, I don't like that. Don't like that. Okay. Maybe something a little less blue. There we go. All right, so we got our ATR high, ATR range in here. Previously tested level. And now it's pulling back under this 510 after hitting that top. Playing around a little bit. But that's what we expect the market to do, especially during this indecisive, because people are like, man, is this thing gonna go up? You know, tariffs are still on the board, but maybe today's the day. We look out here on the monthly chart, we can see that it clearly has been making like a little bit higher low. Where's my trend line? A little bit higher low. And so I want to see if it can continue this little stretch here. Whoops, I accidentally removed it. So one there. Let's see if it can just continue up this little thing. I'll keep that going to the right. And if we look back over here on the 5th, or actually let's just zoom this back. So that's kind of the trend. It may be the trend, but it could easily, you know, break that down. But we'll see if it validates or invalidates that statement, if it wants to come all the way back down. But yeah, we'll see. So back over here, that trend is kind of like starting from this level, going up this way. So looking for that higher low. Tesla only has 2 million shares traded. Nvidia should have 10 million by now. Last time I looked, it's got 6 million. Okay, 6 million isn't bad. Still up almost 3% on the day. Did they have news on the day? That would help. Let's see. That would help a lot, actually. Last news, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang and industry visionaries to unveil what's next in AI at GTC 2025. When is GTC 2025? March 17th through the 21st. Okay, so it's coming up in like 3 days. Monday will be the first day of it. So NVIDIA preparing for some movement here. Let's see if Tesla had any news other than Trump buying a Tesla. That froze up on me. Let's see if I can get this to go. Tesla. Okay, 7 days ago, U-Power started solar report strong. Tesla releases its fourth quarter. Dogecoin whales betting big. That's January 15th, so that's a month ago. But the most recent, let's see how Tesla is involved in this. So how U-Power is helping overcome challenges to EV adoption with this UOTTA technology. The world is moving to a greener place and electric vehicles are in the driver's lane for good reason. EVs can improve fuel economy, reduce emissions, and lower the cost to operate a vehicle. But in order for EVs to take off and achieve mass adoption, the charging aspects of EVs have to overcome the current limitations, including concerns about drivable range, battery life, and availability of charging stations. Not to mention faulty equipment, slowing charging times, and long waits to get access to available charging stations, which have also been reported by consumers. Those challenges and more are exactly what U-Power Limited, UCAR, a Chinese EV power solution company, is aiming to overcome with its advanced UOTTA technology. The technology enables consumers and fleet operators to replace dead EV batteries with fully charged ones in under 5 minutes. U-Power facilitates making this happen by offering a battery swapping ecosystem to vehicle makers. Okay, so that would be Tesla, and service providers, from building the infrastructure to managing it. With EV battery swapping, the idea is to create battery bank stations around the country where drivers quickly swap out dead batteries for new ones. It's something U-Power says it can help make a reality given its roots. U-Power started out in 2013 as a vehicle sourcing services company focused on lower tier cities in China, armed with a vehicle sourcing network of about 100 wholesalers and 30 dealers across China's lower tier countries. In 2020, U-Power began shifting its focus to its EV battery swapping business, and the company reports that that has taken off. Okay. In the first half of 2024, the latest figures available, U-Power reported revenue grew 595.7% year over year to RMB 13.2 million. Of the RMB 13 point, I don't know what the RMB is, in revenue during the first half of 2024. 93.9% came from product sales. In the year ago first half, U-Power had no product revenue, underscoring its ability to transition and grow. Okay, so they're going to be probably talking to Tesla. That's why they're in here with the whole battery switching systems. And I don't know how those batteries are going to work with like the time that Tesla was having those issues with the cold. Like, are those batteries going to be warmed, or how will they combat the cold? Is what I'm thinking. How will they keep a battery warm even when the car is off? So because it's still going to be using, it's going to need like a low level heat source or something to keep that battery alive for the next winter. But I don't know. We'll see. Back over here to NQ. Nvidia still doesn't have enough volume yet for me. Need to see people get excited, get in there and get active. But yeah, stopping right at that 4 hour ATR. And I know I could do like an 8 hour and all of that stuff, but it's just a little far, you know. I don't know. Once it get, if it's breaking over the 4 hour, that's pretty good. Jumping back to 8 hour, I feel like we got the gist of the story at the 4 hour. 8 hour probably be up here like probably 19,640 or something. Let me see what the 8 hour is here. So 4 day, 4 hour. Do a 4 day, 8 hour. Customize. Okay, 4. So we're gonna add a time frame. We did 4 day, 8 hour. 8 hour, and then 4 day. What's the next one? Intraday 4 8. Got a 24 hour. Which that would be just like a daily chart. The last 14 bars will each be days. Let's do 16 hours. 4 days, 16 hours. I would need more than that though, wouldn't I? Get an accurate assumption on that. Let me look over here. So let me see. If I have a 4 hour chart, is that 15 or 14 bars on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so if I go back further than that, I wonder will it throw the calculation off? Let's check. Let's check it. So I'll go ahead and hit OK. Go to my styles, time frame setup. Let's go to 4. Let's do a 6 hour first. Okay, so this one, like I said, look at that ATR out there. 16 hour up there at the 19,600s, which is quite a bit away. So it's still in some pretty nice consolidation there, but for the most part on all of these charts, does look bullish. Let's jump to the 8 hour. So this is 4 days, 16 hour. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, that's not even getting a full 14 candles in there. That's only 9 candles. It only calculates on what you give it. So that's not gonna work. That calculation's off. I need at least 14 candles to make it in. Need at least 14 candles to make it in. Let's go back over here and go to my 8 hour. This is going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still not enough. Only 13. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the 4 hour because I can get all 14 candles in there. It's kind of wondering why I put that on the 4 hour, but now I see it's mathematically correct. Anyway, we'll see how that ends up holding up. It is almost 8 o'clock. 7 minutes away from the 8 o'clock bell, or 8 o'clock top of the hour, with nothing but trash in the small caps with these Chinese stocks. Bonds slipping on under that 151. Mm-mm. All right, well, at least we got an idea of what's going on in the market. Pretty much looked over the NQ to in its entirety and see that there is a little bit of a trend going upwards, but we want to see those higher lows starting and see if we can get a new trend within this uptrend. Maybe something that causes it to actually change angle and maybe go more straight up than just grinding up. I don't know if new news will come out or something, or maybe they'll do another tariff pause, or it could be a lot of things that can cause it to go more up, straight up, 45-degree angle. Okay, I gotta follow up with you. Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, man, I got a lot of emails to catch back up on. Lordy, lordy. All right. Well, we're about to get to the 8 o'clock, and pre-market has been definitely a more of an observative Friday pre-market, mapping out the levels, doing some calculations. And a lot of times I realized the difference between like now and when I was trading like, I don't know, a little bit of time ago is the math. Like what kind of math you're using, whether it's simple or complex, what do you understand about what's going on these charts, right? And what makes sense? And is it something that multiple people are seeing and using? Can everybody see that? And so that's why I'm looking at these little levels at the 19400 coming down into these levels multiple times. That's something that a lot of people can see, right? And so that's why I'm like, okay, this is looking pretty nice. Now the ATRs, I mean, if they are using ATRs, they'll probably have around the same calculations as me if they're using the 4 hour or 2 hour or 1 hour or 30 minute. Um, this script puts it on the chart, but I mean, you can easily do it by hand. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm about to go ahead and get on down. It's been about 2 hours, and I will jump into the Discord for anything else, any other questions or comments or anything like that. But yeah, um, I just don't see any small caps that can be attacked right now. All the focus seems to be on these Chinese stocks. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're going to continue to trade, definitely keep your head on a swivel. The markets are looking like right now that they want to be bullish. That can always change. It is Friday. A lot of people take profits on Friday. But think about it. The markets have been moving down, 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 down. So what is the majority of the profit taking side going to be? Is it going to be to the long side or is it going to be to the short side? And we have to look at the market in its entirety and decide, okay, the shorts are taking profit or the longs are taking profit. We don't know. So if the shorts start backing out of their positions and start taking profit because they see this uptrend forming, then great. Start covering, start showing us some nice green movement upward. But if the shorts don't take profit and the prices continue to fall or something like that, we know, hey, shorts aren't ready to take profit yet. Even though it's the end of the week, I'm thinking, somebody's going to want to take money out. But yeah, that's it for me today. I will follow up into the Discord. And this is the last look at these ATRs right now. 4 hour. I'm sticking to the 4 hour because I can get 14 bars on there for a full ATR calculation. 2, 1, 30 minute, and then the 15 over here. But yeah, that's it for me today. Appreciate you guys once again. And as always, another day, another dollar. Hopefully not another dollar lost. But as always, I will see you in the next one on Monday morning. Keep your head on the swivel. Enjoy your weekend. And peace out.